Yeah.
A team that is not 5-0, but they did get their 5th win, the Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills. Two teams that we expect to be in the postseason. Bills just dropping to 4-2 here. We'll start this discussion because we're just going to talk about the Chiefs' offense here. Because it was a different offense. You've talked about it a couple times already. It was a run-heavy, short passing game offense. Here's a tweet from Thad Brown, covers sports in the Rochester area. He says, sure, 245 rush yards is bad, but Bills fans would have happily signed up pregame for any of the following. Mahomes, 225 passing yards. Hill, 3 catches. Robinson, leading receiver with 69 yards. Chiefs with just 26 points. Think defense, mostly executed game plan. Offense did not. So what do you think of Thad Brown, who makes a legit point there? It did seem like the Chiefs were in control, ran the ball really well, but if you're the Bills, you don't necessarily hate that they didn't torch you through the air.
No, I understand that. I mean, I understand what he's saying there, but would they, I don't know, would they have signed up for 466 yards of total offense? Would they have signed up for, Kansas City controlling the ball for almost 38 minutes of the football game? I mean, that's where I don't know. Now,
we've still a one-score game late.
One-score game late, right? I know, and for whatever, as much as we love Kansas City and everything like that, we've literally put them on a pedestal now to where when a team keeps it one score, we're like, it's one score.
It's almost as much of a win for that other team.
It's amazing. That's kind of the bar they've set for themselves, which I don't think it's realistic. And again, I mean, the Buffalo Bills are a good football team. They're not in the class of the Titans and the Chiefs. We know that. That's for sure. There's a lot of work to do. The Buffalo Bills, it's all about their offense. Their defense sucks. The offense has to carry it all. So, no, I mean, the defense, they didn't execute anything to just push back against our guy, Thad Brown. And not all their fault. They're not talented. They don't do enough stuff creativity-wise on the defensive side of the ball.
It's a bad combination.
It's a very bad combination. Exactly right. When you don't have not one good defensive lineman that stands out in any area, run game, pass game, linebackers are a little underwhelming right now. Tremaine Edmonds is not having a good, year. They can't cover man-to-man. So,
do you think that the
game plan was don't get torched deep?
Yeah.
We don't think Andy Reid will consistently try to run the ball on us. And he did. And Buffalo kept playing. Buffalo had to. They had no choice. They had to pick their poison. See, this is the first time all year, before I get into specifics of what they ran, but this is the first time all year Buffalo played the Raiders where they were worried about their run game too, but Henry Ruggs wasn't in, and they're not as creative in the pass game, so they took some more chances to stop the run and didn't get totally burned by the pass game, even though they did. This is the first team, or I should say the second team in a row, because the Titans had this too, to where they had to put all their eggs in the one basket thing. See, with the Titans the week before, the numbers aren't going to look good because their defense shut them up for some short fields, but they played all out to stop the run. And Ryan Tannehill hit play-action passes, and people were wide open. If they didn't have the short field, he'd have thrown for 350-something yards against them last week too. So this week it was the opposite. It was, whoa, they're gonna torch us in the pass game. We're gonna play really, really far back. And Andy Reid, who's had a few issues this year with teams playing the soft zones, whether it's the Chargers or the Raiders playing man and zone, but soft and coverage all the time, to where I think he went, well, they're going to do it to me again too. McDermott's going to do it. I better have short passing game and run game itself ready, and especially on a rainy night where, you might not be able to throw it 45 times and do those type of things.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, first game where Kansas City had more rush yards than passing yards. They had 46 rushing attempts in the game. Most ever under Andy Reid, who's now in his 8th season.
It's amazing.
Most ever rushing yards in a game under Andy Reid. 245. So it was. I'm not going to say an anomaly, but it was the unique game in that fact.
Yes.
The question is, how many teams will the Chiefs in the future feel the need to play this way?
Right. Well, I think there's going to be some teams like Seattle might play that way a little bit. Seattle did that to them a few years ago up in Seattle on a Sunday or Monday night.
Yeah.
I think any of the defenses that are not overly talented are going to play that way because they're going to go, well, we can't take a chance and be aggressive or we're going to get burned. But, hey, the 49ers are later on the schedule. They're going to have to do it against them. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're probably going to go, they can't play man-to-man. They're probably going to go, we'll play deep zones and we're going to hope our front four can disrupt the pass game. They'll have to run the ball on them too. So this is going to have to be a part of their football team. Same thing. If they're going to play the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs or something like that, they're going to get played that way as well. So they better have this short passing game and run game at their disposal. And what was amazing about this one, too, just to get specific about what the Chiefs did to the Buffalo Bills, they basically did the same thing the Rams did to them. It was the same plays. It was the same runs. It was the same play we just talked about with the Tennessee Titans, which is amazing. It was zone to the right? Somebody behind the line of scrimmage, cut it back. And it was mainly that for the good part of the night, or fake the speed sweep like you see the Rams do.
Yeah.
Zone and look for the cutback if they overplay the zone. And what happens more times than not is, again, the Buffalo Bills, like the Rams game, too many plays end up on the plate of the nickel back or one of the safeties to be like, oh, I have to be the guy that makes the stop in the hole or take on a pulling guard or do something like that. That's not good. That's not good when Teron Johnson and Jordan Poyer are towards the top of your tackling list every week like that. So they have real issues. They have no talent. They have to overplay to stop certain things if you're elite at it. And this was a team where they had to overplay the pass, and Andy Reid did the right thing, and he exposed them. And there's nobody in the front seven worth a damn in Buffalo, let alone they get into some defensive alignments, Ahmed, where I go, I don't even know how you stop this run in this alignment. So I don't know whose fault this is, but it's what you're asking this guy to do or what you're asking your defense to do against this lineman versus this run game.
Not going to happen.
It's just not going to happen. There's too many plays like that where I look there, I watch the play, it's a 10-yard run, I go back, I go, oh, what happened? I go, wait. But I don't understand how they even expect to stop this in this alignment. There's too much of that, and I think that's what worries me about them.
Well, here's a concerning play for me, too. The Kelsey 12-yard touchdown to make it 13-10.
The one in the back left corner there?
Yeah. If you go back and look at that play,
yes.
If you're selling out and you're like, they're going to run against us, that's fine. If they want to do that, they can do that.
Yeah.
We're going to stop the passing game. We're going to stop the deeper passing game.
Yeah.
If you look at that play, it was like Kelsey was open for a touchdown in the corner. Tyreek possibly open for a touchdown over the middle.
The back was open on the left side.
Edwards-Helaire was open, and Byron Pringle was for sure open for a first down over the middle of the field. And so there were 4 players that were open.
Major issues. Sean McDermott's got to get back involved in the defense. You know, I think he's letting Leslie Frazier just run the show too much. You know, McDermott, hey, man, you're the head coach in Buffalo because you're awesome on defense. Don't just, think you got your defense there and then just give it up. Like Kyle Shanahan didn't get his offense where it was last year and then go, somebody else call the plays. We're good now.
Sure.
That's where I would tell Sean McDermott, come on, man, this is what you do. This is your genius here. And that play you're talking about with the touchdown, that was a messed up play too. They're playing Tampa too. You know, Tre'Davious White doesn't want to have to give Kelsey that corner route, but the weak side linebacker over there, A.J. Klein, he's supposed to be down there by the back. I don't know if he thought he was the middle Tampa 2 linebacker that was supposed to go down the middle, but he was up there by Tremaine Edmonds, and that's what's over Tre'Davious White because he's seeing the back come out, and he's like, wait, there's nobody there. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They gave him the ball every play this whole drive. What are we doing? So he had to stop. He was stuck in a spot. And you could see on the sideline, on the film, too, the coaches get mad at him at first. He kind of looks back at the sidelines because I don't think the coaches realize, man, our weak side linebacker was 10 yards out of position. So Tre'Davious White, again, that goes back to the coaching, and I don't know how they stop that play and that alignment. Real issues for Buffalo. So to our man Thad Brown's point, I don't know if that's execution. It's not execution. It's poor players, and you're not giving your defense or players any schematical advantage to even help out that they're poor. And to me, that's why they died a slow death, and that wasn't good.
And if you're Andy Reid, you're watching other coaches.
Oh, baby.
You're stealing from Sean McVay. You're stealing from other coaches, and you're listening to what else is out there and what else is being said.
Yes, right? Yes, you are. Yeah,
you think?
Andy Reid's my man. I know. No, but I do think he's going to continue to steal, and that's what he did. You're right. He stole from McVay and that, and then continue to build that short passing game. You know, I always argue all those things we see in the red zone with the speed sweeps and the flips and all that, they should be first down calls when they're on their own 30-yard line. That's just what do they do? Should be part of defending them. But I was awesome to see Kansas City do that. And last thing with Kansas City, because we don't talk about this enough, and it bothers me because it's Mahomes and the air show. They're one of the most physical teams in football. They have badasses on both sides of the ball, and especially defense. You know, that's why they were able to shut down Buffalo and Josh Allen. It's not that their secondary is great. It's just their defensive front is overwhelming at times. And they can trust their defense to stop the run by their defensive line to stop the run by themselves. They can rush 4 and go, Chris Jones or Frank Clark will get there. You know, we can do whatever on the back end, let alone Spagnuolo every now and then will take some chances and do some creative shit where you drop back and you're like, I don't know what the this is. Yeah. And I hope we picked up this blitz, and I don't know what it is. So, you know, not one of Josh Allen's best nights just to hit on that side of the ball.
Sure.
He missed a few throws. There's no doubt about that, especially early on. You know, hey, I think it was a big game for Josh Allen. He knew who was on the other sideline. He wanted to show he was in Mahomes' class.
Yeah.
You know, I think he pressed a little. He missed some easy throws early. There's no doubt. You know, he missed the first 2 throws of the game. Then the third throw of the game, to get a first down, he throws a dime fading away, and it bounces off John Brown's face. All right? He misses a deep cross to Stephon Diggs a little later. Should have hit that. And then there's the play where he's got pressure and he throws it into the flat to Devin Singletary wherever he goes. Oh, man, he missed him. No, Devin Singletary f***ed him over. He was supposed to run a wheel route. He acted like he was going to run the wheel route, and then he stopped and stayed in the flat. And Josh Allen threw it there because he saw his head turn to go to the wheel route. So, yeah, it wasn't his best game. Buffalo, their offense has got to carry the team, like I said.
Which is not what we thought coming into the year.
No, we did not.
It's become apparent.
But we've seen it. It's become apparent, and they have to be careful about playing that slow death defense. Do you really want to do that? Do you want to, like, let a team, you know, keep Josh Allen off the sidelines for 38 minutes in the game?
Yeah.
You know, at some point you might just have to say, hey, it, this is who they are. Let's take a chance. Oh, they scored a touchdown. Great. Diggs and Josh Allen are back on the field. Here we go. You know, they might have to be one of those teams this year, like Russell Wilson in Seattle, like we talk about.
Last point for me, 161 yards for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had a 31-yard run. Last time Le'Veon Bell had one that was 31 yards. When do you think that was?
31 yards is really long for a guy like Le'Veon Bell. I'm going to say like 2016.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
So Lev Bell will come in and he'll take some pressure off Edwards-Helaire, but Edwards-Helaire is the most talented back there in Kansas City. Would you agree?
I would agree. I can't say Le'Veon Bell is better than him right now. No. I haven't seen Le'Veon Bell in 3 years. I don't even know what he does. So, yeah. But the one thing is...
I've seen him.
You've seen him?
Yeah, he was wearing green there for a couple games. But.
The one thing he'll bring to their offense, Ahmed, is they don't have to change anything, right? He can do all the same things Edwards-Helaire does. He's going to extend Edwards-Helaire's career and their first-round draft pick asset because they're using him too much right now. Yeah. For such a small guy, they're going to kill him in 2 years. And, you know, when you do need to get tough yards, Le'Veon Bell's a bigger human being than people realize. He can run people over and push the pile and do those things as well. So I'm excited to see how they use him.
Chiefs get the win. They got a good running game. Maybe they'll use it more as the season goes
Just
on.
enough. They just got to use it just enough.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.